Computer. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, beautiful souls. It's so nice to be together, to be connecting, and also to be here with this beautiful, magical person, this beautiful soul. So yeah, we just wanted to come on and kind of first of all introduce ourselves and let you know, obviously, we've been connecting behind the scenes, and Whit was just saying, yeah, maybe we should introduce ourselves. I was like, that's a really good idea because I forget
Especially
that.
for my audience is like, just like I want to know who you are and
No,
like
I totally agree. I totally agree. And I think it is important because I'm just, like you said, doing all the energy work behind the scenes and like, right, okay, let's roll with it. And sometimes I forget that actually, yeah, we need to bring in introductions, we need to bring in some form of connection. So yeah, I totally 100% agree. So yeah, it is nice for us to kind of connect back in and tell you guys a little bit about us and why we're on today and the purpose of this video. So yeah, well, obviously I'll just go first. My name's Anya. My website and my connections are Spiritual Soul Center. You can find me all on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and everything like that. And yeah, I've been doing a lot of energy work, spiritual work. I started off as a tarot card reader at 17 years old. I've been in the industry 10 years, and I kind of progressed from tarot cards to mediumship and channeling and past life and healing work, and just kind of worked through the layers and the wonderful world of spirituality, because I finally found like I had something in the world that made sense when I found spirituality. So yeah, just kind of enveloped from there. And yeah, I found in 2020 my vision shifted a lot to bringing truth and awareness, and so that was quite a big part of my vision, which I'm sure it was for a lot of people. And then 2021 it started to shift into creation and wanting to do something about everything we was talking about. And so that's when I kind of set the intention out there to meet soul family and to find a way to make a community and a connection to do something about what we was all talking about. I'm very careful with the words because, you know, we don't want to get censored. So there's certain words that I say and there's certain words that I don't. I hope you guys can know to read between the lines. But yeah, so then 2022, I were invited to Morocco. I met Mark Atwood and Honey and Abby and some beautiful magical souls in the desert. And it just kind of networked from there. I ran my own retreat in Spain last year, which was absolutely phenomenal, mind, body, soul. I've done quite a few workshop days and activation days and all different things like that. So I am very multifaceted, and I'm also a singer. I've got ebooks, I've got affirmation decks, I've got all the different things. I like to explore and create in kind of any way that works for me, any way that I'm called to do. So yeah, I'm very kind of fluid and explorative and open to exploring anything that is calling me. And at the moment, events are calling me to create and co-collaborate. And so that's why one of the purposes, I'll give you a little sneak preview of what we're talking about today. So I will stop nattering on and I'll let Whit introduce herself. So yeah, we've met through the Beautiful Soul family through Honey, and I've been really grateful to be introduced to some beautiful souls through the people in this wonderful world. And Whit is one of them, and we just connected and we have such a lovely vibe. So I'm really excited to be collaborating and connecting with Whit in some fantastic ways.
yes.
So
I'm so excited too. Yes, yes. I'm so glad. And it's so funny because yeah, we were chatting beforehand around how we've done a lot of behind the scenes connecting and like getting to know each other and all that good stuff. And then we're like, wait, the world hasn't really seen us do anything together yet. So it's just funny. But yes, hello. If you're watching and you're like, who is this curly haired person over here? I'm Wits. I call myself an energy empowerment guide with a camp counselor vibe. I like to bring play to almost everything that I do with an undercurrent of love and empowerment as well. And so that's anything from like direct like empowerment guidance, like a lot of times I'll do like written stuff and whatnot, to community gatherings where we're tapping into energy together and everyone's a student and everyone's a teacher all at once. There's no hierarchy there. It's all kind of this big mishmash of everyone's perspectives. and different resources and tools and things like that. Similar to Anya, I'm like very much in creation mode. And so there's lots of downloads and ideas constantly coming in. But yeah, I guess some of my background too is like I've spent almost 30 years doing a lot of inner work. I'm 37 now, human earth time, I guess, to put it out there. But since I was a really, really young kid, um, I immediately kind of was realizing, or my family realized, I guess, struggles with different things like mental health stuff and self-esteem. And luckily, the family that I chose to be a part of was very, very about like finding me help right away. They didn't want me to struggle for, years and years and years. And so I've been really doing a lot of connecting with self and doing like, what is this emotion that I'm feeling right now, and verbalizing it. And not necessarily on an energetic level when I was super young, maybe a little bit, but I've been tuning into what I'm feeling and why from a very young age. So I have over 30 years of experience of diving into that. And so now it's to this point, over the past, probably 5 years or so, where I'm really putting it out into the world of like, hey, these are some tools that have worked for me. These are some things I've downloaded from my higher self that could help humanity with their expansion process, their ascension process. So I'm really about that, and really, really about co-creation and connection, especially right now. So that's why I'm so excited about this event that we are going to be talking about, and this gathering and the meeting of soul family and just celebrating together. And my heart is so excited.
No, me too. And thank you for that absolutely beautiful information, because also it's nice because we gain information that we might not have necessarily shared behind the scenes, because we are very in the now people, and suppose sometimes we don't go back to our origins and things like that. So that was quite nice to gain insights about each other. I quite enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I hope you guys did as well. But yeah, I think we really kind of set up the energy of what we're trying to create perfectly. And this event, there'll be a couple of other videos coming out on other channels, so do keep your eyes open for that, because we are not just collaborating with each other here, we have a whole soul family team who are collaborating on bringing this event to you. The vision came while I was in America, first of all, as a ball. So it was a big freedom of spirit ball, a chance to dance and listen to beautiful music, eat beautiful food, dine together, share stories, and really surrender to just the beautiful energy of celebration. And I did get channeled in that it needs to be in December this year. And so that's obviously when it's going to be. It's going to be on the 2nd of December till the 5th of December 2024. So get that date written down. But there's a purpose to the date, as there is a purpose to everything that I bring into the human world. It's not done without intention, and sometimes the intention's not known of what it's for, but I do understand more now, after bringing in the vision into the human world, that it is about celebration at that time. When it comes to December, I think we're going to be able to actually celebrate how far we have come in this ascension journey. And when I was obviously first bringing it in, it was going to be a one-night event, and since then, after planning it, it has enveloped, and it seems to be more suited to be a 3-night 4-day event. So it'll be, like I said, the 2nd till the 5th, and it felt more suited that way because we have guests like yourself flying in from overseas, flying in from the US to the UK, because it's going to be hosted in the heart of my hometown in Yorkshire, in the beautiful green countryside. So I'm so excited to have everybody here and also activate this part of the grid, because it does need it, definitely needs it. And I think it needs these powerful souls all together activating it. So
it's going to be lit up. It's going to be lit up.
There's going to be like this glow that's on my background. It's going to be like, oh. And there's a reason for this background. Again, there's purpose and intention to everything. The gathering is called the New Earth Gathering. So kind of speaks for itself. But yeah, there's a reason for the glowing earth. Like Whit says, it's going to be glowing, it's going to be enlightened, it's going to be activating, and it's going to be an opportunity for us to do all the things that we've been talking about, that we've been calling in, for us to do mass energy work on bringing in this ascension. There's going to be powerful tailored workshops. So we're all of the special guests who are invited. There's Honeysea Golden, there's the beautiful Whit, there's Z is joining us, a fantastic Akashic work. I'm sure you've seen her with Whit if you watch Whit's channel before. I think me and Z have done a video before as well. She's on Honey's channel. There's loads of footage out there of Z. There will be other special guests. There'll be Abby Wynn that's joining us from Ireland, and potentially a few special guests that are just awaiting full confirmation for dates. So yeah, there's going to be some really fantastic pioneers in the ascension that have worked very hard, as we all have, but these guys have worked hard on the front row of really putting themselves out there to speak vulnerably and to bring everybody together. And this is an opportunity to do that in person. So we will be able to stay on the grounds together. We'll be able to eat together. You'll be able to mingle with these beautiful souls and get a chance to meet people and connect with people and connect with your soul family. And Whit will be doing one of those fantastically tailored workshops. So I'll let her talk a little bit about that, because I don't want to take over the whole thing talking.
Yes,
I
am so excited. I think if you've been to any sort of gathering or event, especially if it's multiple day, typically there's an opening ceremony, and typically there are activities around getting to know other people. You know, people are coming from all over the world to this event, and so we can be like, well, what if I don't know anyone? Can I come solo? Like, we're addressing that right off the bat. Like, I bring play to all I do. So there will be a playful element to getting to know each other, but it is not what you're typically used to. I'm not going to give anything away because I really want you to experience it in person for the first time. But I will say that there is an element of all of us stepping into our power and tuning to some really powerful energy together while we're getting to know one another. So it is a mishmash of the like physical human getting to know one another and allowing our higher selves into that conversation and elevating everyone at the very offset of this event, because to me, that's just what it called for and what my higher self was like, nah, we're doing this. We're all stepping in right away. So I don't want to give too much away, but it's going to be really, really beautiful. I've seen it already, kind of a vision of it, and I can't wait for you to experience it.
I can't wait. I'm super excited. I don't know too much either, and I'm glad, because like I say, I want to experience it firsthand, because you know, there'll be there'll be the people that are coming to experience this, there'll be the people that are coming to facilitate and hold space, there'll also be people that are assisting in holding space and supporting, helping the human. And so there'll be a whole mixture of people there that are all surrendering to this experience, you know, and to getting to know each other and to letting our walls down, because everyone knows, you know, unless you've been to these events quite regularly and you're very comfortable, especially if you're traveling on your own. I've been there, and it can be an anxiety thing, it can be an overwhelming thing, it can be a little bit out of the comfort zone and a little bit putting you in the fight or flight zone, especially when traveling. So I think having this opportunity to come together as we initiate the ceremony together, you know, I think having that opportunity to start the few days off with joy and love and heart-centered energy and protection and divine energy, I think that's so important. And I couldn't think of anyone more equipped to do that than you, Whit, and to bring also the joy and the fun, which is so necessary. You know, it really is.
I appreciate that.
No, I'm really grateful, because like we said, everything's channeled in, everything is brought to us. What we are collaborating and bringing into the human, it is brought to us by higher self, by source, by whatever human words you want to use. And so when working out who's timing and what have you, where we're going to do what, it was really clear that had to be, the tone had to be set initially. And I think, like I say, having you do that will be just really fantastic. And I've walked around the space, I've gone and done a site visit, and it's like you said, the vision is there, I can see it, I can feel it, and it's really activating to know the magical work that's going to be done here, you know. And obviously Whit will be offering her fantastic workshop. She'll be available throughout the few days to connect and talk with you guys. There'll be myself offering a workshop with the land, so we'll be doing some energy work to activate you into a higher self of being, and then we'll be going out and putting that work into practice in the land, which will require you to bring a hat, scarf, gloves and a coat, because it will be very cold, and maybe some weathers too, because it will be potentially cold, definitely cold, but wet. And, you know, it's not going to be sunshine in Florida, or I know you're not from Florida, but it's one of the only places I've been in America, that's all.
Yeah.
My brain won't go.
Florida.
Yeah. So it's not going to be the same heat, the same weather. So do be prepared for that on a logistical level. It is going to be a little bit colder, but it's fresh and it's nice and it's activating and it's Yorkshire.
Yes.
And so I definitely think it's worth, if all, not necessarily you specifically, wait, I know you're up for it, but if everyone watching is up for it, to be open to exploring the lands. There's ancient stone circles, there's 3,000 acres of land to explore, there's a wild swimming reservoir and outdoor spa, so there's a little sauna and hot tub, so there's all magical facilities. There's moon baths, which you can't actually get a bath in, but you can definitely take a blanket up and meditate up there under the moon.
Yes.
So that is a sacred experience too. There is so many things you can do and explore in the land, even though the weather might not be, you know, beautiful shining sun, but you know, we might get located, we might have a milder, warmer winter. So
I mean, there's something about I mean, I'm from Minnesota, here in the States, and I really enjoy a like winter hike, regardless if it's fresh white snow, if it's rain, whatever it is. I really like that crisp air. There's something about it. So just what's coming in for me right now is if anyone's feeling some like tension of like, oh, I don't know, like there's a way to lean in and work with that energy there, of that crispness, of the cold, of the snow, of the whatever it is. And so for me, that's what I'm excited about. I'm like leaning into that energy of like, okay, what is my body communicating right now? Like, what are the energies around all of this type of weather right now communicating to us? How can we elevate ourselves with this in co-creation? So I'm excited for it. I mean, I'm Minnesota at heart. I love the winter, so I'm just excited.
Yeah, no, I think it is beautiful. And like you say, it's fresh, and it's going to be the venue that we're at. It's really, truly going to be a winter wonderland. You know, it's one of the only healing hotels in the UK, and it's got a beautiful, like I said, outdoor spa, but indoor spa too, that we can also use, and it can get warm and cozy. There's the hall, which will have beautiful facilities and dining rooms and, you know, different things that we can access. And like obviously the grand finale of the ball, which is going to be the Freedom of Spirit ball, which is on the last evening that we are all spending together. And that's just going to be out of this world. You know, that's a chance for us to really bring in the new earth, celebrate, call it in. I'll be performing live, singing, so that's going to be really
I cannot wait for that.
I'm really excited for that too. And yeah, there'll be other live bands, there'll be other musicians, we'll have a DJ on so we can boogie on down into the night. You know, I love a good dance.
I love dance
save my dance tunes till like way later on in the night though, because they might get a little bit much for people. So I believe.
Yeah. I practice. I do a static dance practice once a week, just for my own grounding and my own expression. So I'm so excited for this dance. I mean, I also have gone to clubs in my life and like done that.
Yeah, see, that was my release for a long time. I didn't drink, and I'm not about any, you know, substance life. So I was always like, I need to go dance. And so I went out most weekends just to dance, you know, and kind of stay up fully sober because I'm alcohol intolerant. So it's just not my vibe. And I can stay up all night dancing as long as the music's good. So these guys know, when anyone that's seen me in Ireland at the gala with Mark, I was about 5 months pregnant, and I was staying up, I was singing and DJing until 5 o'clock. I was like, let's have a party. Like, honestly, I love music. I love dancing. And I mean, I can't guarantee it now. I've got a 1-year-old and life's different. So we'll see what time I end up falling. I will give it my best go. Don't you guys worry. I will be giving it my best shot. And yeah, it's going to be like this conversation. It's going to be fun. It's going to be activating. It's going to be free. The attire for the ball is going to be a chance to be wild and wonderful, fairy forest themed wonderland, angels, wings, ball gowns. Like, let your inner child run free, let yourself run free, and let your vision run free, and really just let your creativity out here. You know, men and women. I know men are a little bit more limited for expression in clothing, but you know, we've been talking behind the scenes, a couple of us, and you know, we were saying you could do different waistcoats and different hats and different types of things. And you know, my little baby, he's gonna have little wings, so you know, there's all different things we can do and to make it more to theme. So really let yourself explore, let yourself be creative, and just surrender to it, because this is what it's about. You know, it's going to be a very powerful, activating experience. You know, like we've mentioned, the workshops, Honey's doing workshops, Z's doing workshops, Abby's doing workshops. Those special guests will potentially be doing some workshops. You know, we've got some dance lessons for a traditional dance for the ball, which Madeline will be giving, because I don't know how to traditionally dance. So
I don't either.
I'm going to be there.
But I'm excited.
You'll be seeing us there because I'm not quite there yet. So I will be definitely participating in that. There'll be a guided wild swim, which I have linked on the website, all the preparation things for that, because obviously, as I mentioned, it's going to be cold. It will be freezing in the water. However, wild swimming, cold water swimming is the most fantastic thing. And it was a massive part of my recovery, because I had a stomach condition. I was on 26 tablets a day. I was on morphine, opioids, and I was just very much not in alignment with the body. And so, like you, I went into a deep phase of inner work, and I did a lot of emotional healing. And that's where the retreat that I did last year, Mind, Body and Soul, a lot of that work was centered around the healing work I'd done on self over the past 10, 15 years. Because I had the stomach condition from being about 14, 15, and I'm 27 now. So it's been,
wow,
it was a long time. You know, I spent about 10 years in hospital, in and out, for a long time. So it was a chance to go very deep. You know, I had a lot of time in and out of consciousness and in and out of realms to be able to actually peel back the layers. And I'd done so much energy work and so much layers in that realm. And then I realized I'd got to a point when I was about 20, but maybe older, I don't know. Yeah, I think older, I think about 23, 24. It was only a couple of years ago now. So I think maybe 2-3 years ago, so maybe 24, is when I thought, you know, my body is calling for something else. I worked through all this work, but I still had so many anxiety going on, and such, like, you know, central nervous system problems, and you know, just not feeling fluid. I was feeling fluid in the energy worlds and meditating and doing all this energy work and helping so many people, but then feeling stuck in my own body and not feeling able to let it go. And so I remember my friend asked me in October, and she was like, do you want to come for a wild swim? And I was like, yeah, right. And so I went, and I was literally in a t-shirt and some shorts. You know, like, so cold. And she was like, come on, keep going. And we did 8 minutes on this first go. I don't even do that now sometimes, because she really, like, give me determination to keep going. And I didn't know really, like, what your time was, but they probably want to advise that. I mean, it wasn't that cold, so it's whatever works for you. But yeah, since then I just became like, I was addicted, obsessed. You know, I used to go all the time, anytime I could, and I didn't have a car then, so just like try and get to any place to go swimming as much as I could. And yeah, I spent so much time connecting with nature too. Like, I've always loved nature, and I've always walked my animals, my dogs, and I had an allotment for 3 years. So I've spent a lot of time in nature for a long time, but this helped me connect in a deeper way, you know, like being immersed in a body of water, in this nature, especially like you say when it's raining, and it's just there's no words to explain it. And you know, I come out of the reservoir or the place I've been swimming, and I feel reborn. That's the only way I can explain it. It's like, and when I went abroad to the sunshine and the water was warm, I was like, it's not the same. I need to go back to the cold water. I need my rest rivers, because it's that craving you get from it after you go. It really is like a nervous system reset. You get an alignment of the mind, body and soul, and it forces you to face a lot of blockages and obstacles that are in your way. So when you push past the fear and the resistance and the cold and everything in your body that says, get the Jeff out of this water because it's too cold. You fight past that for the first 30 seconds to a minute. The peace and serenity that you feel after that, and the calm in your soul, it's game changer. And that's what I go for. You know, it's not always nice, especially when it's cold and it's rainy and it's wet, and you have to kind of work through getting changed and, you know, being out in the elements. But it surrenders you to the elements, and it surrenders us not to be frail and to be exposed to these things and know that we're meant to be a part of it. And so I did spend a lot of time talking about wild swimming today, but the point is, I think it's a good point to make, whether it's wild swimming, whether it's dancing, whether it's a workshop, whether it's any part. The reason why I'm explaining this to you guys is because anything can be triggering, you know, something that sounds scary, something that sounds unfamiliar. And if you'd have told me maybe 5-6 years ago, I'd have been swimming in that reservoir I used to walk past, I'd have told you no way. But because I had a huge fear of water, I had a fear of the ocean. I would cry if I got on a boat because I was so terrified of the ocean. And so I had to work through, that was a past life thing, obviously, but once I worked through that and worked through the layers of trauma and association with water and cold and fear and feeling ill and weaker, not feeling strong in my own self, so many layers. Wild swimming helped with that unbelievably. So I really want to give people the opportunity to experience that. And, whether that is through a workshop, whether that's through a grid work, whether that's through an activation, whether that's through just talking to one of these beautiful souls that you're going to get a chance to talk to over the few days, like, it is really going to be a beautiful, unbelievable time. And I'm just really excited to get together and to just be real with each other and just to be, really. I think that's what I'm looking forward for.
Yes, showing up as our most authentic selves, in a space where we can expand into more of that is like where I'm at this point. Like that is the type of community I've been calling in and the type of community that I have around me, and it just keeps growing. And so I'm just excited to all of you that will end up coming, like just being consciously aware that you're a part of my soul family. Like I'm so excited for that, and being like, hello, I know you. And
So good.
also, can I give you an actual physical hug now? Like, you know what I mean? Like that to me is like, it's that bridge between that like more astral kind of, we're all working together, we know each other for eons and eons, and the physical body being like, oh, okay, yeah, here we are. We're here together right now. Yeah.
I totally agree. And sometimes it does take a day or so, and that's why I think it had to be more than a day, because like getting to Morocco, meeting these guys in Ireland, or my workshop or Spain, wherever it was, we've all experienced that breakdown of the human. Like you say, we have the knowing in the astral, we have that familiarity, but then the human's got to work through trust and recognition and remembrance and So come being open, being open to surrendering, open to meeting your soul tribe, knowing that if you are there, you are meant to be there. This is divinely written. If you're called to come, you are called to come. Even if you don't have the funds, call it in. They will show up. They will show up. When I seen Mark's Morocco retreat a few months before, and I was like, oh, that wouldn't necessarily be an option for me at that time. And then I connected with Mark and I was invited to go and actually participate there in holding space. And so that opened up so many new doors for me in terms of actually knowing that there's other ways to have access to these things, there's other ways for funds to come, so allow yourself to be so open to knowing if you're meant to be there, you will be there. No matter what comes, you will be with us. And there is limited places, so on a logistical level there is 150 tickets available, so there is obviously limited spaces, and there is accommodation. I won't give an exact number because we're still waiting for confirmation, but I know it is around between 80 to 100 people. So there is not a full accommodation for everyone to be on site. However, there is a local hotel which is less than 10 minutes away on the grounds. And some of the lodges that people are staying in are also about 5-10 minutes away. So it's the same distance as other places that people will be staying. And the lodges and the holiday homes will be, a lot of them will be shared open. So there'll be the opportunity to meet soul families. So there'll be, obviously, some of them will have their own suite, some of them will have double rooms, some will have twin rooms. So if you are traveling solo, there's all the forms on the website and everything like that. But this will be a great opportunity to surrender to meeting lifelong friends and to be connecting in ways, because again, the desert in Spain, these retreats of where I've witnessed myself and other people meeting lifelong community friends by being open to meeting each other and sharing this experience with each other. So there is obviously all the accommodation, all the ticket information, everything like that is on the website. And we've got some beautiful promo bids and things like that show you the land and show you the sanctuary, the healing center that's available. As I mentioned, it's the only healing hotel in the UK, so it has a lot of healing facilities, got a flotation tank, a soma dome. There's a lot of things that we can be connecting in that that we would like to be connecting in with. It's not just a venue, it's also a very historical venue that the family who have owned it for 30 generations, and they are in such alignment to our vision and to what we are trying to create with the new earth. They're so excited about hosting us there. So this is a really collaboration written in the stars, and hence the earth behind me. It's the chance to bring in the new earth, and this is why it's the new earth gathering. And if you are called to be there, make sure you are coming to join us, because we are thrilled to be having everybody together, and we don't want you to miss out if you want to come.
Yes, I would love to see you there. And also, if you're watching and you're like, I just want to write a comment and ask a question, do that too. Like we'll we'll read all the comments, we'll respond to all of them to make sure that we're being very clear of what's going on and anything like that. So I'm excited.
Me too. It's going to be blessed. And there is a question box as well. If you want to ask more information on the website, that'll go to one of the team members. So if it's about accommodation or anything like that, get on the website and there will be all the question boxes and information. Contact us in case it's a bit more of a detailed query about a personal thing. You know, there'll be all the local airports or travel things like that. So yeah, I have to do the logistical things that take me out of the flow of what we're bringing the vision in. But the vision is really, guys, it's union and it's fun and it's connection, it's celebration. And what better people to celebrate with than the beautiful Honey, Abby, Whit, Z, myself, and some really powerful special guests that are joining us too, and all of you beautiful souls. And my little bean will be there too. So he's a little love bean.
I can't wait to see him.
Me too. I think he's just like planning it himself. He's like, right, I'm calling in my soul family. It's so funny. He looks at people and he checks them up and down. I'm like, what's your aura like? You know, like really, it's so funny. So I'm really excited to share a bit of my life too and share my experience and my story with you guys, and those that don't know me get to know them and share more with those that do, and obviously connecting deeper with you guys and the team. And yeah, it's just going to be beautiful. It's going to be awesome.
Woo. Thank you so much for having this combo with me and just spreading how exciting this event is. I can't wait to see.
Thank you. It's been beautiful. Like I said, guys, the links are all underneath. Obviously Wix will be posting this on her own channel. I post this on my channel, so all the links will be in the right places. But yeah, make sure you are asking any questions, like Wix says, in case you are wondering anything. Get to the website, get on here. Don't feel like you can't reach out to us and ask a question about something. You know, you're not on your own. This is a soul family gathering, so let's bring it in, guys. Let's celebrate the new earth.
Let's go.
Awesome. Sending love to you all. Thank you so much, Whit. I'm sending so much love. See you later, guys.
Yes,
Take care.
love you.